is going on YouTube? The Assist Man, and I'm coming back at you guys with another Neverwinter YouTube video. Inside of this video, man, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys my personal Mod 16 checklist for console players. Now, we all know that Mod 16 is coming out on June 11th for console players, so that's just in about 3 weeks. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that you guys are well prepared for the Mod 16 changes and things that you might potentially need, and make sure that you have enough of them. So this is basically kind of like a Mod 16 checklist / Mod 16 cheat sheet, you could say, as well. It's always good to have these things now and be prepared so you're not the person that is scouring the auction house on day 1 or week 1 when you're finding out about things that you might potentially need and then paying an astronomical amount of astral diamonds for them. If you get in early and prepare and get the stuff you need ahead of time, like future-proofing yourself, you will indeed probably most likely save yourself a lot of money, because prices on things day 1, week 1, month 1 for hell are going to be a lot more expensive on consoles than they currently are now before Mod 16. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please make sure you take a moment right now and hit that thumbs up like button. Go ahead. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, because subscribing to my channel is absolutely free. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, some of these things that I'm going to talk about in this video are going to be things that I've mentioned before in specific videos on my channel over the course of the past month or two. But this is just a refresher course for everybody and kind of like compiling it all into one video. Now, some of these things are going to be, geared towards the end game players who are like, maxed out or nearly maxed out. And other things are going to be geared towards mostly anybody who plays the game. Just make sure that you have these things going into Mod 16. So like I said before, you don't find yourself, rushing around on the auction house trying to find them day 1, week 1, and then paying a lot more money than you can get them for now. Remember, the early bird always gets the worm. The people that found out about things on Mod 16, that are PC players that also play on consoles, probably bought up a ton of them on consoles beforehand, even before, people like me and you could get to them. So the earlier that you get things that you think that you will need, remember, I said this is only a guide. These are things that I think I personally will need, and I think other players will need as well, but the earlier that you can get them, the better. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the top 10. These are the top 10 things, and these are in no particular order. They are just in the way that I wrote them down. So number 1, do you have enough greater stones of health for Mod 16? Yes, I know this is like beating a dead horse because I've made a video about this just like a few weeks ago, but I just want to make sure that you guys are prepared. Because in Mod 16, like I said, lifesteal goes out of the game. You can no longer lifesteal back pretty much. And especially if you're playing, solo and you're campaigning around by yourself and you don't have a cleric to heal you. And even at times when you do have a cleric to heal you, you're going to be taking a lot more damage inside of Mod 16. Thus, you're going to have to be healing yourself a lot more. The greater stones of health are the easiest and most cost affordable way to do so. So make sure you at least have a couple greater stones of health to get you through, leveling from level 70 to level 80 and get you through playing the game. Do you have to have like 100 of them like I do? No, but you should at least have some. How many? It's up to you. Like I said, I currently have nearly, 80 to 100 greater stones of health, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna probably wind up using them all. But it just depends on how much you're going to play. Obviously, if you're going to be playing the game, you're going to be taking more damage because you're playing. So depending on how much you think you're going to be playing, make sure that you have at least some or enough of the greater stones of health. Number 2, do you have enough refinement? In Mod 16, we get higher level enchantments, higher level weapon enchantments, higher level armor enchantments, and higher level mount insignias. Now, enchantments and runestones are going to be able to upgrade to level 15. and armor and weapon enchantments are going to go up to level 14, which is a step above unparalleled. Also, mount insignias, which are currently in the game as green, blue, and purple, will be able to be upgraded to legendary, and that is an extremely important thing because they give you a lot of stats, and you're definitely going to want to have your mount insignias upgraded to legendary. So, do you have enough refinement to do all of this? Because getting refinement in mod 16 is probably going to be more difficult, since scaling is going to take a lot longer to complete dungeons that we can concurrently complete now in mod 15 on consoles, meaning it's going to be a lot harder and a lot more difficult to get endgame dungeon rewards like refinement, and it's going to be a lot harder to make money in the game. So make sure you have enough refinement if you plan on maxing out your enchantments, because say for instance, if you have 20 rank 14s and you want to take them to rank 15s, I believe it costs 80,000 refinement points per enchantment. So if you have 20 alone, that's going to cost you 1.6 million refinement points right there alone. And that's not including any of the armor enchantments, weapon enchantments, or insignias. Each insignia to go from level purple to level legendary is going to cost you an additional 20,000 refinement as well. So we currently can have 15 mount insignias. If you had 15 purples and you wanted to get them up to legendaries, well, 20,000 times 15, that's going to cost you an additional 300,000 refinement as well. So do you have enough refinement now before mod 16? If you don't, future-proof yourself and pick it up now. Going into tip number 5, and I am going to make a video all about what I think are some of the better or best companions in mod 16, but we all know that companions change in mod 16. You have a bolster now where you have to put certain types of companions together in order to get their legendary bonus. And question number 4 is, do you have enough of the new companions? There are going to be, all the companions are getting changed, their attributes are all changing, all of their stuff on them is changing. And there is, without a doubt, going to be a whole bunch of new best-in-slot companions in mod 16. So hopefully you watch my video that I'm going to put out in a few days, or you have been doing your homework already over the course of the past month and have been picking up the companions that are going to be much better and best in slot in mod 16. Because if you pick them up now and you've been watching, some of my content I put out where I've mentioned some of these companions and others have as well, then you will probably save yourself a lot of money than buying them on day 1 or week 1 on the auction house. So make sure you guys are doing your homework and you know what companions you want to use in mod 16 and pick them up now. Remember, we have close to a month before mod 16 hits consoles, so you have more than enough time to get on these, while they're still, I guess you could say, affordable, or maybe if they're still even out there, because a lot of people are going to want specific companions. There might not be enough supply to meet the demand. Going into number 5 is, do you have the right runestones and gear for your companions? Yes, this is another companion-related topic because companions are changing heavily in mod 16. Now, I've said this over the course of the past 2 months. Hopefully, some of you guys have been watching and gathering information. In mod 16, companions are changing, but also companion gear and companion enchantments are changing as well. In mod 16, you can no longer use actual gear for your companions. You have to use companion gear. So those of us that are using, rings that you can currently equip on yourself and on your companions, or, gear as well, you're not going to be able to equip those same rings and those same necklaces on your companions in mod 16. So make sure that you at least have some companion gear going into mod 16, that when it hits day 1, you can at least equip your companion with some gear. Now, you will get better companion gear as you progress and play along in the game throughout the storyline of Undermountain. You will get better gear. But to start off, make sure you have something to equip on your companion, like the +4 or the +5 companion equipment gear that is currently found either in the auction house, by opening up bloodied companion packs, or by doing certain things inside of the game. Also, you can no longer slot enchantments on companions and companion gear. So all of us that were using black ice enchantments in the past, and things like dark enchantments and radiant enchantments, those will no longer be able to be slotted inside of companion gear. You can only now slot runestones. So if you do not have any runestones, make sure you have some runestones now so you could slot them in your companions when mod 16 comes, because you're going to need them. Some of the runestones that you could potentially get that are very good are ones like the empowered runestone, which give you power, or other ones like the arcane runestone, which give you critical strike. Just make sure you have some runestones. They don't have to be rank 14. They could be rank 8, they could be rank 9, but at least you have something to put on your companion day 1 when mod 16 comes out, because if not, everybody's going to be scrambling to the auction house on day 1 looking for these runestones, and the prices are going to go through the roof. So once again, future-proof yourself. Going into number 6, and this is going into talking about companions again, is do you have enough companion upgrade tokens? Because in mod 16, I know all the hard work, all the money that we put into upgrading all of our companions to legendary and getting all the best in slot companions to legendary over the course of the past couple of mods, that is all going to change. In mod 16, there will be pretty much all new best in slot companions. So you're probably going to need 5 new, if not more, legendary companions, which means you're going to have to upgrade a lot more companions. So make sure you have enough companion upgrade tokens now, so if you wanted to go ahead and be best in slot and upgrade all of your companions to legendary, you can do so when mod 16 comes out. You could either, get companion upgrade token packs from the Zen store or the auction house, or you can open up lock boxes to get them. There's lots of different ways to get companion upgrade tokens. Now, if you don't want to upgrade your companion with companion upgrade tokens, you could also use Astral Diamonds and pay to upgrade as well. Currently, in order to upgrade a purple companion to a legendary companion, it costs 1 million Astral Diamonds. So make sure you're setting, at least 5 million or more aside to upgrade your companions, or having at least 500 to 600 companion upgrade tokens to upgrade your new companions that are going to be the new best in slot companions in mod 16. Number 7, do you have the right mount insignias? In mod 16, all of the mount bonuses are changing. Most of them are getting nerfed, a few of them are getting buffed, but for the most part, they are all changing and getting a massive rework. Not only are the mount bonuses changing, but the mount insignia bonuses are changing as well. So depending on what type of class you play, whether it be DPS, whether it be clerical, whether it be tank, make sure that you have the right mount insignias now that you want to use for the specific stats that come off of the insignias, and make sure you have the right mount insignias now that you want to use to acquire the new mount insignia bonuses that you want to use in mod 16. It's very important that you have these things now, because like I said, when mod 16 comes out on consoles, everybody is going to be scouring, looking for all the new best ones, and the market is going to go through the roof. If I can give you guys a pointer now of which ones are probably going to be the best for most classes in mod 16, it is going to be the Insignias of Dominance, because they give you power and companion influence strength. In mod 16, power reigns supreme like it used to back in the days. The more power you have, the more damage you will do. A lot of classes, especially DPS classes, are going to want to stack as much power as they possibly can. So the Insignias of Dominance are going to be the best ones. They are already the ones that are selling for the most expensive prices by far on PC in mod 16. So if you were looking at building a DPS character and wanted to slot a lot of power, make sure you buy some Dominance Insignias now so you don't play the inflated prices, the majorly inflated prices in Mod 16 on week 1 or month 1 or so. So make sure you have the right mount insignias that you want, not only for your stats that come off of them, like how I said, dominance gives you power and companion influence strength, and for instance, insignias of brutality give you power and armor penetration in Mod 16. Make sure you have the right ones for the stats you need, but also the right ones for the mount insignia bonuses that you want, the 5 mount bonuses that you can get as well. Coming in at number 8, do you have enough stuff, as in reagents, to upgrade all the things you want to upgrade? For example, like UESs, Ultimate Enchanting Stones, Coalescent Wards, Superior Enchanting Stones, Superior Marks of Potency, Ultimate Marks of Potency, so on and so forth. Not only will you need Refinement to upgrade things in Mod 16, but you will also need Ultimate Enchanting Stones. You will also need Preservation Wards. You will also need Coalescent Wards, Superior Enchanting Stones, Superior Marks of Potency, Ultimate Marks of Potency, all that good stuff. If you plan on upgrading some of the new enchantments that are coming out in Mod 16, for instance like the Tactical Enchantment, or if you have not upgraded any of your enchantments yet, and you are still looking to do so in the future, do you have enough of the upgrade reagents to upgrade them when Mod 16 comes out? Because once Mod 16 comes out, things like Ultimate Enchanting Stones and other things will go up in price, because the dungeons are a lot harder to do, so people will not be obtaining them as fast as they were before, making the supply of them go down and the demand of them go up, causing the price of them to go up. So if you don't have enough of these things now, like Ultimate Enchanting Stones and Coalescent Wards and Preservation Wards and things, make sure that you have some now to future-proof yourself so you won't find yourself paying an even more inflated market price when Mod 16 comes out. Coming in at number 9, do you have the right weapon and armor enchantment that you want to use in Mod 16? In Mod 16, all of the weapon and armor enchantments get drastically changed, and in my opinion, drastically nerfed as well. But there are some good ones that are still out there that you can use and that most players want to use. For instance, for example, the Vorpal enchantment looks very good for DPS characters. The Bronzewood enchantment looks very good for tanks and clerics. Also, the Lightning enchantment looks very good for DPS characters and tanks as well. For armor enchantments, you got the Thunderhead enchantment, which has been skyrocketing on PC for some various reason. You got the Bark Shield enchantment, perhaps even the Soul Forged enchantment, because we know we're going to be going down a lot more and taking a lot more damage. Do you have the right armor and weapon enchantment that you want to use in Mod 16 now? Because if you don't, you're going to find yourself at a disadvantage. Popular weapon enchantments for DPS characters like the Fey Touched enchantment are basically useless in Mod 16. So all those people that spent 5, 6, 7, 8 million AD getting an unparalleled Fey Touched, if you haven't sold it by now, you're too late. You've already lost a lot of money. Now your only option is to spend more money on some of the better ones that you're gonna want to use, or trade in your old ones for one of the ones you want. But the problem is, when you trade in an old weapon enchantment or armor enchantment in Mod 16, it becomes bound when it comes back to you, so you can never sell it again. I don't think a lot of players are actually going to take advantage of this. That's why I'm telling you now, do your homework, figure out which weapon enchantment and what armor enchantment that you want to use in Mod 16 based on how they have changed, and make sure you get it now, because once players start finding out that certain ones become the best, they are going to become exceedingly expensive in Mod 16. Like I said, good ones I can give you as examples are Bronzewood for tanks, clerics perhaps, Lightning and Vorpal for DPS classes, and things like that. I think those will see the biggest change in value. And finally, going into number 10, is do you have the right enchantments? Now, like I just said, in Mod 16, yes, we can exchange in our old enchantments, but they will come back bound. And a lot of players don't want bound enchantments, because then you can never sell them again. They're stuck with you for life. So do you have the right enchantments that you want to use going forward in Mod 16? Maybe you have too much armor penetration, so you need less dark enchantments. Maybe you won't have enough armor penetration, so you'll need more, so on and so forth. Make sure you get the right enchantments that you need now, because some of them are going to skyrocket in Mod 16. I made a video about this talking about on PC, it seems that the single stat enchantments, specifically the Azure Enchantment, the Radiant Enchantment, and the Dark Enchantment at rank 14s and higher have become much more expensive than the double and triple stat enchantments like the Savage, Brutal, and Black Ice enchantments. Because it seems like the gear is giving you a lot more stats than what you need, and players are overcapping on stats like armor penetration and critical strike and stuff like that, so it seems like everybody wants to stack power, thus making Radiant enchantments high in demand. It seems like everybody wants to stack defense so they won't die, as well as getting bonus experience to get to level 80, making Azure enchantments much higher in demand, and it seems like everybody wants to use dark enchantments in the utility slots, currently how we are still in Mod 15, because of the bonus companion influence strength that you can get more stats with. So if you don't have some of these enchantments now, you might want to pick them up, because in Mod 16, they're probably going to go up a lot of value on consoles, and things like the double stat enchantments like the Brutals and the Black Ices for the triple stats are going to go down in price. So it might be in your best interest to get rid of your double and triple stat enchantments now and pick up more single stat enchantments. At least that's what I'm seeing on PC in Mod 16, how most players are going for the more of one single stat, whether it be more defense with Azures, whether it be more offense and more power with Radiance and stuff like that. So, that is that. This is just a checklist, a guide, my opinions on things I've seen in the game, scouring over information and getting on Mod 16 personally myself, of what I think console players should prepare for and some of the things they should have now going into Mod 16. If you pick these things up now, like I said, you'll be future-proofing yourself. You might even save yourself some money. Now, like I said though, all these things have already skyrocketed in price on the consoles because of the PC information that was already out there, but in my opinion, they're still a lot cheaper than what they're going to be in Mod 16, because a lot of players that play this game actually don't follow information. They don't read the forums, they don't watch YouTubers like myself and Rainer and Northside and whoever else is making YouTube videos. They don't watch live streams on Twitch or YouTube where people give out information from people like Cali Gold and Rainer and all kinds of other people, Garland. They don't watch this information, they don't get this information. The people that actually keep their ear to the ground, that watch YouTube videos, that read the forums, that watch live streams, are going to be the people that pretty much the early bird gets the worm. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up like, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, and check out all of my other Neverwinter videos, and since you'll be subscribed, you will receive notifications of when I put out future Neverwinter videos. So anyway, YouTube, this is the Assist Man, and until next time, I am out.